Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And,
And we're
so
defeated.
we're so defeated, actually. Hate to start the podcast out on a negative note, but so me and Savannah were actually together this past weekend for the first time in a very long time. It was so fun. Literally had such a blast. And we were like, we're going to do our first, like, live episode together. Because if you haven't listened from day one, we live in different cities.
So we do
yeah,
this online.
we do it remote.
Separate from each other.
Yeah, so we knew it was probably going to be a little bit complicated to try to like switch from being, just separate to together. But boy, did we not know how bad it was going to be. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we planned to have a guest. We planned for my roommate and best friend Dina to be on the podcast, and we had such a fun time. We recorded the whole episode and went back to edit it together. And only one of our microphones worked, so you could only
Yes.
really hear me
Yep.
and nobody else. So
Yeah. So we had to scrap that whole thing.
yeah, so much time just gone. And it's so
okay,
good.
though.
It's fine. It's fine. But it was just really defeating because
Yeah.
we're so excited. Spent so much time on it and then couldn't have it. So
But
no
Taylor,
guess.
recording in your room with you just made me feel so bad for every time we record because it really does get so hot in your room.
Dude.
You have to turn off your air conditioner. Oh my god.
Oh god.
How do you do it?
Dude, it's so bad. No, okay, but so you felt how hot it was, like when I just did that. But
Yes.
imagine me when we recorded that first episode in the guest room under a comforter.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was literally sweating. It was so bad. I'm kind of used to it
oh my
now,
God.
though, like just
Yeah.
being in my room. But it is so hot. Like when the second we're done, I run to the
Yeah.
machine and turn that thing back on.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we also want to shout out Clean Feed, honestly, because
Yeah, that's what
we
we
realize
use.
how much it makes us sound way better.
Yeah,
Like the audio.
yeah. It's like,
Amazing.
I know most people don't understand like how to do podcasts or whatever, and we didn't either. But OMG, most programs are so bad.
Yeah,
So
they
bad.
really are.
So shout out to Clean Feed for that.
Yeah.
And also shout out to our Australian listener because this week we are doing mostly, well, no, we are doing Australian stories. So
Yes.
shout
we're
out to
excited
them.
to do Australian stories
Yes.
today.
I'm really excited. Even though we do already know what stories we're doing, I love our stories. I
Yes,
think they're
and
so
there are
fun.
a few things that I left out, so you will be surprised still. I
Yay,
think.
I'm so excited. So
Yes.
excited. Oh, I have one more small little intro topic, which is like
Okay.
also another reason I'm just so defeated today.
Yeah.
Literally so defeated. I have been wanting a Nintendo Switch for so long.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yes,
have to talk
yes.
about this. Dude, they are nowhere. I don't want to order it and have to wait because all of them are like on back order until like April 15th. Like
know.
I don't want to wait. I want it today. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be willing to drive like in a 2-hour radius for me to go get one today. I have called every GameStop, every Target, every Best Buy. I have called everywhere. Nobody has them in the store. There was one in Charlotte, but that's so far. That's like 3.5 hours one way. And I was like, I'm not doing it. So if you have a
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch, please hit me up because I really want
Oh
one.
my gosh, I told my family that you really wanted one and we're trying to get one today. And they said they're probably all stuck on that ship that got stuck in,
Yes,
the, in the
yes.
canal. Yes.
Dude, they probably are. Wait, they're stuck in the Suez Canal?
Yes.
That's an inside joke from this weekend, but I knew it would make Savannah laugh. Anyways,
Exactly.
I guess that's all I really have. So I guess we can go ahead and get into the stories.
Yay. Okay. So my story this week is the Yowie,
Ooh,
which
Yowie.
is the Australian Bigfoot.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I love Bigfoot, so I'm excited.
Okay. So a big difference between the Yowie and the Australian Bigfoot, or no, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And the American Bigfoot is that like in America or North America, Bigfoot is just one creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
like
then
one
the
guy.
Yowie is like a species.
Ooh.
So there's many
Wait,
of them.
do you think that the Yowie has an Australian accent?
I mean, probably, right?
Wow, love that for him.
Well, it was probably like Aboriginal
True.
Australian,
Oh yeah, true.
because this does come from Aboriginal oral history and folklore and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of tribes, they claim that they have coexisted with the Yowie for centuries.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it probably would have like their accent, whatever that is,
Yeah.
because yeah, I don't really know what that would be, but
Yeah, me neither.
okay, they have many names throughout like different tribes and things like that. And some of them, I can't pronounce all of these because it is a different language and I don't know it.
We already know. We don't know how to pronounce anything, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I do want to say some that I might be able to say right. It says that in parts of Queensland, they're known as the Quinkin.
Ooh, Quicken.
Yes. And in New South Wales, they are called, there's a lot that they're called there. Agaba, Dulaga,
Oh,
Gulaga.
Gulaga.
And then there's other names like Yoroma or
Wow.
Jimbra.
How are there so
There's a
many
lot.
names?
I know. Or the Yowie. Like, there's literally so many.
Wow,
I probably don't even have all of them listed here. So,
that's wild.
yeah. But I guess they just all know what they're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So... yeah, so some tribes say that they've coexisted with them for centuries, and then they are feared but respected by these tribes.
I love that for them.
Yes. And basically they are... another difference between like Bigfoot and this species is that like people believe that they were like a hominid that went extinct or like didn't go extinct when all the other ones did.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
Yeah.
a hominid is like a creature that's very similar to a human.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't really know how else to explain it to you.
Kind of like, just like evolution, like, I would say like before human, like almost human, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I would just say almost human would
Yeah.
describe it.
Yeah. And I don't know, do people say that about the North American Bigfoot too? That he's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like pretty much, just like a hairy guy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. More like, I don't know. Obviously not as like smart or intelligent, but looks like a guy, talks like a guy, walks like a guy.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's basically what they're supposed to be like. But there are differences in their appearance,
Ooh.
like, than what humans look like, you know?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. So, let me get to that part of my notes. So they have bigger feet than humans.
Ooh, Bigfoot.
And exactly, Bigfoot. But they have an inconsistent number of toes, which is interesting.
Ooh, you want to hear a fun fact?
Sure.
I don't like that I'm broadcasting this about myself, but I feel like I need to.
Okay.
You just said toes, so I just thought I would just mention I have web toes.
Yes, Taylor, I knew that. That's so awesome.
Anyways, back to...
Okay, I don't know if this one has web toes.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them do, if it's inconsistent, you know?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, so I guess some of them have 4, 5, 6, 7. Like,
That's
I don't
so
know.
weird.
They're all just, like, whenever you find footprints of them, they're all different.
Wait, do you know if they have like if one Bigfoot like will have 4 toes on each, or like are they inconsistent with each foot?
You know, actually, I didn't look into that. I assumed that it would be, like, the same.
Yeah. I kind of assumed that too. But imagine...
for, like, both of their feet. But...
right. But imagine one has, like, 6 toes and the other has, like, 4. You would be so off balance.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, some people have that. Like, people.
Yeah.
Because they'll have, like, an extra... Well, actually, maybe that's wrong. Do people, like, who have an extra toe, do they have it... Do some people have it just on one foot?
Yeah, I feel like most people only have it on one foot.
Oh, okay.
Because normally they get it like cut off if it's like extra.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, and their nose is wide and flat on their face, which is like, that's how I sort of picture hominids anyway, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like the missing link, I guess. is another way
Oh
of saying
yeah.
it, because that was like, that's like a whole thing.
Wait,
The
have you seen
missing
that
link.
movie?
Yes, I have. It's like a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, that's what we're talking about, the missing link, because that's what some people think this is almost.
Wow. That's cool.
But we'll sort of get into it. They can be timid and shy or really aggressive.
Oh, one or the
So
other.
I guess it really depends on which one
I
you
want to
run
meet
into.
a timid and shy one. That's cute.
Yeah, well, I would too, but we're gonna get into the two types of Yowies. Oh,
Oh, that was Juju.
I heard a kitty.
Juju's just saying hi to the squad.
Hi. Okay, so I found like on one website it said that there were two types, and on some other websites that I was like researching this, it didn't mention that. So I'm not sure if this is like a widely known thing or just like some people believe there's two types. But we're gonna say that there is. So one type of them is like more prominent, and they go by the name Gigantopithecus.
Oh, so I'm assuming they're gigantic.
Yeah, yeah, they are. So they're the larger species. They grow between 6 and 10 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
But they can also get up to 12 feet.
No. Oh my god, imagine that.
Imagine.
No.
I know. Like, I'm only 5'6", and like that's
Yeah.
like more than double
Yeah.
my height. That's...
Yeah, I'm also 5'6". Like, what? And I think I'm tall. No. Not compared to the 12-foot monster in the woods.
Exactly. Like, that's crazy.
That's scary.
And do you want to guess how much they can weigh?
600 pounds.
Okay, it says that they can weigh up to 1,000 pounds.
What? 1,000 pounds? Good
Yes.
lord, how do they even... How? What? No, wait, are these creatures still, like... Did you say they were extinct, or do they still exist today?
Some people believe that they still exist today.
No. Okay, I would definitely not want to see that one. The gigant, whatever you said.
Gigantopithecus.
Oh no, that one's not for me. I'm just gonna go ahead and hope that that one's the one that's extinct.
Yeah, I don't know. And some more about them. They resemble a huge hair-covered ape-like man, which we kind of put that together already.
Yeah.
And they have talons for fingers.
Ooh, Edward Scissorhands who?
I honestly, yeah. Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know if that just means that they have really long nails.
Did
or
you
they
say for
actually
fingers?
have- Yeah.
Ew.
Like, are you like a bird too?
Right. He's a mix of all the things.
And compared to the North American Sasquatch, Bigfoot,
Love him.
whatever we call it,
We love him.
it is believed to have more of a primate look to the face. And they walk upright, which we could guess that too.
Bipedal. For all my
Yes.
scientists out there.
Exactly. And these are the ones who are more aggressive and dangerous.
Oh, good. Of course, the big giant 1,000-pound one couldn't be the nice one.
I know. Oh my god. Honestly, like, this is the opposite of like dogs, you know?
Right.
Dogs, like, the bigger
The
they
bigger,
are, like,
the
almost
sweeter.
the nicest.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. And the little, like, I just imagine, like, a chihuahua, little tiny,
That's what I was thinking too.
angry,
They're like
shaking with
aggressive.
anger.
Okay, well, we're gonna get to the other species. They are smaller, a lot smaller, like half of the size.
Wow.
They're like 4 to 5 feet tall, and they can
What?
get to like 6 feet. So
Oh,
you
like
know,
a
that's
normal-
like, yeah, like a
human
normal
size.
person.
Yeah.
And some believe that this is an ancient species of hominid. So these are the ones that people
Oh.
think are like hominids.
Oh,
Because, like,
that makes
obviously,
sense.
they're more like humans than a 12-foot tall thing.
Yeah, a 12-foot tall, 1,000-pound.
Yeah. So these ones are more like hominid-like, I guess. And these types can be depicted in local cave art.
Oh, what?
So, yeah. So there's like drawings of tall, hairy figures beside smaller, like Aboriginal
Wow.
man figures. So
That just makes me, I mean, I never really doubted that they weren't, like, real or, like, they didn't
Yeah.
exist, but that's proof enough for me.
I know. Yeah. Like, honestly, I really do think that at least these were a species at one point.
Same.
Like, I don't know if they would still be alive, but
Yeah.
they probably were.
I kind of feel like they might still be alive. Especially, like, in Australia. I just feel like a lot of places in Australia, people just don't go. like at all.
Yeah,
It's like dangerous.
And Australia has like crazy things.
Exactly.
They
Like
have
even
crazy
just like
animals.
the spiders and snakes there are already like on another
Yeah.
level. So like
Yeah, so
wouldn't really shock me that bad to
mm-hmm.
say if they still existed somewhere.
Exactly. So the Aboriginal people have been seeing these for centuries. As I said they like lived by them, like coexisted. But then when colonization happened, the sightings of these Yowies started because Europeans came and started actually writing down these stories.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so technically there have been sightings of, you know, for centuries and centuries.
Yeah.
But they say like the first one was in 1788.
Oh, but it was before that. That was just the first like written one.
Yeah, it's just like the first European one, basically.
Yeah.
Colonizers.
Oh, colonizers.
Yeah, so that happened with the arrival of the first fleet in Sydney Cove in
Ooh.
1788.
That's so long ago.
Fun fact.
Already.
I know. And during the early colonial era, Aborigines, fun word there.
Such a fun word.
They warned British settlers to beware of like an ape-like creature lurking
Oh, ew.
in the mountains and deep forests.
Ew.
So that's fun. Honestly, like what if they were just saying that to scare them and then it became like this whole
Honestly,
thing?
what if that's really what happened?
That would be kind of funny.
That's very funny.
Anyways, it started getting press after like this came about and stuff in like the mid 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And letters and newspapers were writing about the Yowies, and these got around Australia and they also made it to London.
Oh, they're famous.
Yes. So people in London were even seeing this and they were like, oh my god, there's huge creatures there that are...
Wow. So are they basically saying like they're not in like England then? Because I kind of feel like there's like all like Bigfoot species type things all around the world.
I know, yeah. I don't think there has ever really been... Well, I guess I don't really know if there is any in like England and stuff, but...
Maybe England stories eventually?
I've never...
Because I don't feel like I know any scary, like, British stories.
Yeah, I feel like they have a lot of ghost stories there.
Ooh, oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But I don't think they have anything like Bigfoot there. You know? Because it's like a little island.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
I don't know. We'll have to do some research on that.
Yeah, we'll hit you back up with that at some point.
It is kind of weird, though, that they're, like, all over the world. I didn't know that there was one in Australia until I found this.
No, I don't think I knew there was one in Australia either.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more than just one.
Yeah, there's a whole species of them. So
there's a couple of species of them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, so one of the stories that got around was, like, a little girl saw one, and like, a lot of people didn't even believe her, so
yeah,
that was cool.
I might not believe her, but no, honestly, I do.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would you do if a little girl came up to you and be like, I just saw this, like, hairy, man-looking creature?
Okay, well, honestly, I would actually believe a child, but that would scare me more that wasn't even a creature, that I would think that she was, like, seeing a ghost or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, I would not just believe her. Oh, there's a giant creature, a hairy creature over there.
Yeah, but it did make the papers.
Ooh.
So
somebody believed her.
Her story got out.
Love that.
And there is some, like, evidence, I guess, that they come out on stormy nights.
Oh.
Which is, like, I guess that's just because people claim to have seen them when it's, like, stormy outside.
It was a dark and stormy night. There was a giant 1,000-pound hairy man lurking in the woods.
Exactly. I don't know if that's just to make it scarier.
I kind of feel I feel like it probably is, because I feel like everybody always says that, like, oh, it's dark and stormy. That's where all the monsters come out.
Like, really, why wouldn't it just be in its like little cave or something?
For real, like, do you think that monster wants to get wet? Probably not.
Honestly. Yeah, probably not. Exactly.
Probably just wants to chill, watch a movie.
Yeah, like, come on. Okay, so there's like been many sightings, so, like around the 1800s, and then when the 1900s started, it sort of like trickled out, and then in the 1970s, it sort of like came back,
Oh.
and people started like claiming that they saw it again.
Oh.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder. I wonder a lot of things, first of all. But I wonder, like, if it was because, like, media was becoming a thing, you know? More of a thing?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There was like a big thing actually. There's this book that came out that sort of, I guess, made it around.
Oh, so people started talking about it again.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's this book called The Hairy Man of Southeastern Australia.
Okay, I have to add that to my reading list.
Yes, honestly, you do. It is a collection of documents about the Yowie, but he actually had a whole other theory. He said, or the book was by Graham Joyner. I don't know if I said that.
No, you didn't.
Okay. He says that the Yowie never existed because it's actually a Yahoo.
Oh, okay.
So it has existed, but it's just called something different.
Oh, okay.
Why
did you just say that?
Yeah, I don't know. But the name Yowie started becoming a thing because of a misunderstanding.
That's funny.
So basically, like, when the colonizers came in, they heard like the Aboriginal people saying Yowie, and like they misinterpreted it. I don't know.
So is his name really word. Wait, what did you say it was? A Yahoo?
Yeah.
Well, so both are fun names. I mean, they're close enough.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know, some people argue over it, I guess.
A Yowie is not real. It is a Yahoo. Get it right.
Because I think Yowie is the actual word in one of their languages.
Oh. It doesn't mean like big hairy monster?
No. I don't remember what it means. I should have written that down.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to look it up. But keep going.
Okay. So he thought it's always been a Yahoo. So he had this whole book and everything. And he says that there is evidence of a hairy ape-like creature. But also it could have been like a marsupial that went extinct by the early 20th century.
Oh.
So he says that it's like undiscovered, but there's like evidence of it. Which I guess I would have to read his book to see the evidence.
Yeah, I need the evidence. Also, I can't find the word, so we're gonna have to figure that out later.
Okay, yeah. But also the fact that he says that it could have been a marsupial is like crazy to me because
right. So what's a marsupial? I need a
marsupial is like kangaroos. Kangaroo is a marsupial
because it has a pocket.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what makes it.
Ew. Oh, I don't like that. You're saying that this Australian Bigfoot might have a pocket somewhere?
Yeah.
Ew. Why? I don't know why it sickens me.
Like a hominid. That's not a mammal. It's a marsupial.
Right. That's what I'm picturing because they're like so close to humans. I'm like, ew. Imagine if we had a pocket.
See, that's
why
does
it sicken me?
I don't know. I think it's interesting because it's like, what if that is? It seems like it could be true just because like evolution trying to figure out what the best way to have a human is.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that existed. Like, it's not like something crazy, but
yeah,
it's so weird though. Like to think about it.
Yeah, it really is. Like I'm trying to imagine, but
I'm just trying to imagine if I had a pocket.
I don't know. It could be fun. No,
could be fun.
Gross.
It would be gross, but like I could keep some things in there.
I don't think. Well,
no,
I don't know.
A child.
I mean, that's probably what it would be. A
little Joey.
Exactly. All right, back to my story.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Honestly,
okay,
I don't know.
So there were many sightings because of that in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them came from this town called Woodinbong or Woodinbong.
Ooh.
I don't know which way is better to pronounce it.
I surely don't know.
Australia has a lot of weird words, I think.
It does. It really does.
But they call it the capital of Yowie country.
Yowie country? I'm trying to go to Yowie country.
Yeah,
OMG.
So basically, like, when you were talking about Mothman, it's like that city.
Oh, yeah, Point Pleasant. It's like the Point
Yeah.
Pleasant of
Yeah.
the Yowie. Oh,
So
I
it's
love
like
that.
the Yowies are everywhere, but like that's just like where they're known for.
Yeah.
So they people go there to
We
like
need to go to
celebrate them and
Yowie
stuff.
country.
Exactly.
Juju, write that down, please.
So it's a tiny town in northern New South Wales.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know exactly where that
I
is.
know, I was gonna say I don't really know what that is, but I could look it up.
Somewhere in Australia.
hmm yeah, so there were a few different sightings. There was one that was like an alleged dog attack,
Oh,
which
no.
is like I really hope that's not true.
Right? I mean, it could have also been any animal that attacked the dog, but
Yeah, true. And they're like, it was the
it's the
Yowie.
Yowie.
There was a few that were sighted along highways
Oh.
and in the bushlands.
Oh, no. Imagine driving, you just see it on the side of the road.
I know. Yeah, it's scary. Another thing is though, in Australia, isn't like a lot of the land just desert?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they don't live near like in the desert at all. They live like basically where all the humans live.
Oh, they're just trying to live their own life.
Yeah,
Like a good
yeah.
normal life. They're like, we don't want that desert. No, no, no.
Exactly. Like who would?
No, exactly. I mean, you
Yeah, so
said
they
they're like
live
close to
near
humans,
people.
so like obviously they just want to be like
Yeah.
us.
I mean, that's true. Hmm. I wonder if any of them just like have a house and they're like pretending to be people. They have to
Oh my gosh, they have
shave.
to shave. Oh my gosh, what if that's real?
No. Oh my god, it's like that commercial of like the
Yes.
caveman
Yes.
with like Geico. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
we're
mean,
like bringing
we
back
at
something
one
from that.
point look like that, like humans in general, so
Yeah,
it's not that far off.
true. Okay, so one of the other sightings was in 1977. A man claimed to have talked to one.
Oh, okay, so
He
here
said,
we're bringing it back around to the Australian accent of the
"Oh,
Yowie.
true. Yeah, this he probably did give him an accent." He said he ran into one while camping and taught him some words in English.
Oh, oh, yeah, I
And
totally
he
believe that
said,
story.
yeah, and he said they talked for 2 hours.
So he just taught him some words, and they talked.
Yes.
So they said the two words over and over and over again.
Well, he just like talked to him, gave him like a few words. I don't know how many, but
Oh,
yeah. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's true, but
yeah. No, I totally believe it. Where's the doubt coming from?
well, I don't know.
Well,
Okay, and there's actually a Yowie sightings website.
oh, what? Oh, I need to go read those.
Yeah. So, well, I went on there and you can like put in your own story.
Yeah.
I'll have to open back up to see if they have them like listed as stories on here. They probably do. Oh, they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like latest sightings,
Ooh,
and just like stuff about them, and
that's cool.
they have like percentages of like where the sightings were, and it seems like the most sightings were in Queensland, and that's 51% were
Ooh,
seen
that's
there.
ooh.
And then 41% were in New South Wales. So like
So that's Yowie
that
country,
area,
right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And they're like right next to each other. So like
Oh.
that whole area.
Oh, I wonder if it's a big area. Probably.
Oh, it is. I'm looking at it right now
Oh.
on the map. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, what part of Australia? Like north, east, south, west?
It is basically the whole like east side.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. That's
Yeah.
cool. So, very large.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, I think that the Yowie was a creature at one point,
Yeah.
or the Yahoo, I guess, was a creature at one point and went extinct. Just
Yeah.
like the one guy said. I think he said that Graham Joyner, he said that he thought that the Yowie went extinct in the early 20th century.
Oh.
And
It
yeah,
wouldn't.
that's what I think too.
I mean, I kind of believe it. Because, I mean, I haven't. We need to check out that website and read the most latest, like,
I know, true.
sighting, but
Maybe I need more evidence to
yeah.
see if they're around still.
Yeah. I hope that they are. That's sad if they're extinct.
Okay, well, the big creepy ones.
Yeah, honestly, the big creepy ones can go. But, like, the cute, like, 4 to 6 feet, that's cute.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
Right, they're nice.
Okay, well, that's all I had for that story.
I love that story. I don't know why. Something about Bigfoot, I've always been obsessed. I would say Bigfoot was probably the first legend I became obsessed with in my life.
Oh, seriously?
And
I
when
don't really know that much about it.
really, I mean, yeah. Okay, there's this show called Finding Bigfoot, and let me tell you that was
Oh, I think
my
the
absolute
Yowie,
favorite.
they did stuff about the Yowie on that show.
They for sure
I saw
did.
that.
No, they for sure did. Because now that I think about it, I've definitely heard the name Yowie before, and I'm pretty sure it came from that show. Me and my brother were so obsessed with that show that we literally went Bigfoot hunting.
Are you serious?
In our woods behind our house. Like, we have family in West Virginia who, like, lives on, like, a bunch of wooded area. And we went there. And one time, we were Bigfoot hunting. And there's, like, a sound that you make, like the Bigfoot sound. We were making it. And we got a response. And I understand. I fully understand that that was probably just a person. But, like, imagine it wasn't. Because we didn't see anybody. I mean, we were just in the woods. So,
okay, so basically you talk to Bigfoot.
Basically, exactly. If you like round, I talk to Bigfoot, which is crazy.
Do you think there's only one Bigfoot in North America, or are you thinking that there's more than one?
I think that there's more than one.
Okay.
Maybe there's only one left now, but
True.
I definitely think that there was at one point more than one.
Yeah.
So, who knows? I mean, I should have asked him when I talked to him. Next time. Yeah, but I love that story. We
need to do the abominable snowman mix.
No, I know, that's what I was gonna say. And isn't that also like the same thing as the Yeti?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
In the Himalayan mountains.
Yeah, and the only reason I know that is because of the ride at Disney World.
I
Expedition
know.
Everest.
Yes, that's honestly one of my favorite rides.
Oh, it's one of my favorite. When it starts going backwards, I'm like, let's go. Oh my gosh, when I went to Disney World, we went to Animal Kingdom like right when it opened. Not like ever. I just meant of the day, like very early in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
And nobody was in line for that ride, so they let us stay on the roller coaster just like 7 times to go on and on.
Oh my god, what?
I know, and that happened to me a bunch of times. I was like, love that for me.
I need to do that.
For real. I'm gonna go back, but Corona.
True.
Anyways, so to my legend. So actually, it's more of a mystery than a legend, but also a legend.
Right.
But I love that because normally I feel like I do legends. So, so I have a mystery for you today, and it's the mystery / legend / I cannot speak of Lasseter's Reef. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not.
I hadn't either. Like, not at all. But I thought it was like so cool when I figured out what it was. So basically, Lasseter's Reef is like an area in Australia where a large gold deposit was allegedly found at the turn of the 19th century. So basically a lost treasure.
A lost treasure?
Not like a pirate's treasure or anything. Just like a treasure like from the actual earth. Like gold is just made there.
Yeah, but if the person found it, wouldn't they be rich?
Well, you would think, but I guess we'll have to figure that out in a minute because, the story takes a couple tragic turns, to say the least.
I'm ready.
So, they say in 1897, which, first of all, is so long ago. Not really, but, like, in my mind, those numbers don't even compute, so...
I mean, my story was like...
Yeah, I know. Like, when... That's not even real a time. No.
Yeah.
So, in 1897, a man named Harold Lasseter was on the western edge of the McDonnell Ranges in Central Australia. Don't know where that is. But somebody might, so. And he came upon this, like, gold deposit. So... Basically, he found a treasure. And yes, he was by himself. So.
Okay. Bad decision number 1.
Yeah, bad decision number 1 of the story. So, Lasseter claimed that in 1897, he was a young 17-year-old boy who was on this excursion with people at first for like a ruby rush. So apparently, Australia is like very rich in expensive things such as gold, rubies, because they were out there looking for rubies. But it was a failed trip. They didn't find any ruby. So he was already defeated. But so everybody else...
Like
right. Very similar situation here. But everybody...
You can't find a switch. He can't find the rubies.
Right. Like he can't find...
thing.
Yeah, right. Like all the treasure. We don't got it.
Exactly.
So, but like all the people that he was with on this like little ruby excursion, they just went back the way they came. They were like, whatever, we're going home because we're over it. But not Lasseter. No, no, no. He was like, well, I'm already this far, so I might as well go to this town called Carnarvon. I don't know how to say it,
I would
but
think Carnarvon,
there's like
right?
it's like Carnarvon is how it's spelled.
Oh, okay.
So don't.
All right, we got it. We got
Yeah,
it.
somebody help me pronounce
Yeah,
words.
somebody's screaming like, "This is how you pronounce it."
Right. Sorry, so sorry about that. But he wanted to go there. So he like honestly don't know how in 1897 you get places, but he was like, I'm going there. So he was like on his way to this city,
Okay.
and that's where he found the Reef of Gold, 16 kilometers long, all
Oh,
filled with
okay.
gold. And
Wait, it was 16 kilometers long. How does he even know that?
he was guesstimating.
Okay. Well,
He was just like, it's about 60 miles. Because, I mean, he was walking it, to get to that
yeah.
city.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, it's about, I mean, I don't know how they measure or get anywhere. Who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah. So, but they don't know really why they call it a reef. I guess, I don't know what the definition of a reef is, but I think he just called it a reef because, I don't know. But, tragically, though, after he found the treasure, he was like, so he found the treasure and he's like, all right, I'm going to go to this city. I don't have anything to like get this gold with me. I just got to go get some people to help me out. But tragically, his horses died and all of his horses that
No.
he was with died and he got
Oh,
lost
no.
real quick. So that's just
That's
not
so
good.
awful. I don't know what I would do in that situation because, like, you
Right.
can't just like call somebody
No, you can't call anybody. He's by himself in the
and
middle of
you
this desert.
and now you have to walk back
Right.
instead of using your horses.
Right. And they were probably carrying so much stuff. Like he was going ruby
Oh,
mining.
you're right. You're
Like,
right.
and I know he couldn't carry all that. So,
Jeez.
so this guy was
How did he
literally,
not die?
dude,
Hold
okay, so
on.
I was just about to say, he was literally on the brink of death. And
Oh, okay.
like he was dehydrated, exhausted, starving. He could only carry so much of his stuff that his horses were carrying. Like,
Yeah.
this man was not about to make it. But luckily, he came across this cameleer. And yes, that is a word before you ask. It's like a guy who walks camels like through the desert. A
Oh, I'm gonna
cameleer.
start using that.
Right, my future job title, if you
You're
will.
gonna be a cameleer.
No, actually, I'm not.
I
No.
mean, it sounds like it could be.
But like, I just love the word,
Yeah, me too.
So anyway, this cameleer, his name was Harding, and
Okay, can I stop you?
Yeah.
Like, I did. Okay, I do not picture there being camels in Australia.
me neither. And no,
I didn't even. I just remembered that this is supposed to be in Australia.
no, I know. Same,
Okay, like I picture them in the desert, definitely.
definitely.
But
I know,
I don't know why I never connected that.
right? Yeah, I don't know. No, now that you think about it, me neither.
Like,
I mean,
okay,
I understand it's a desert though, so
yes.
I get
Are we
it.
just stupid? Like I.
No, I just think sometimes American schooling just doesn't really teach you things that
Yeah.
you need to know
Yeah.
about anywhere else, or even here. So
True.
you know.
Okay. Well, anyway, back to your cameleer.
Anyway, yeah, the cameleer. So his name was Harding, and obviously after he helped Lasseter, survive, got him water
Yeah.
and stuff. Lasseter told the cameleer guy about like the gold. He was like, "Yo, I found this huge gold deposit, like just a little bit somewhere that way. Like we got to go back." And so both of them, after he like got healed and better, they both went looking for this, and neither one of them
Yeah.
could find it.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
it was missing in action. Like I
Right.
guess, like in his delirious state, confusion, like almost death, like he just didn't know which way he was coming from. He was just in the middle of the desert. He already had no idea. Like, and he was by himself. So he couldn't find it. And it was not good. So he actually spent a lot of time trying to find this, but he didn't have a lot of money. And so it wasn't until 1930, like 30 years later, basically.
Jesus, how old was he after that?
So he was 17 plus 30, 47. So,
Oh.
not too old. Not young, though. Not a 17-year-old man doing this, but
Wait, what year? What year did you say he started?
1897.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was not connecting that. Okay.
I know. The times.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes. So, in 1930, he finally got enough money, people, things to believe him, because people also didn't believe him, that he had found this.
Right.
And like, to be honest, if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, I found this like a bunch of gold out here in the desert. We got to walk like so many miles. Like, so we're gonna be, this is weeks of a trip, but we're gonna find gold." I'd be like, "Where's the proof?"
Was this like the same time as the gold rush in California?
I have no clue when that was.
Yeah.
But maybe.
I feel like maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? Not me, because I don't know history at all. But so he started this expedition, and he actually got a bunch of the best equipped gold seeking tools in Australia's history, like even to this day. Like, he was ready to go get this gold. But sadly, that was also a complete failure. Which this guy just can't win.
Complete failure.
Like, he can't win. Kind of like us.
Yeah.
But, so what happened was that the terrain was too rough for any of the trucks. Because they were like, you know what? My horses died last time. We're bringing trucks. And so, but the terrain, they didn't have a Jeep is what they didn't have. This is not sponsored by Jeep, but they didn't have it. So then
What
they
did
also
they have
had,
in like the 30s though?
I don't know, like a Ford. Is that a thing? No, we're not in America. We're not in America. I keep forgetting.
I mean,
No
didn't
clue.
they have the similar cars throughout the world, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
I have no clue. Update. This podcast is just us not knowing anything about history. Somebody please.
We're learning as we go.
Right. Somebody please teach us Australian history, because I'm very curious.
I looked up the gold rush, and it says that it was like 1799, 1830.
So this is far, far after.
1850, so like the 1800s. So.
Interesting. So not the same time. Good to know.
Yeah.
So not only did the trucks not work, but also he had an airplane that was gonna like fly, I guess, just in case something did happen. He was very prepared this time. But it didn't work out regardless, because the airplane crashed.
Oh my god.
And he did have a replacement, but guess what? It was broken. Wouldn't even take off.
Jeez, this guy's like just bad luck.
Right. And so like a part of me thinks, is like, is this gold cursed? Who knows?
Oh.
I don't know. But he could not get this. He couldn't. He tried, but it was not happening for him. So another issue that this like expedition had was just some drama, some piping hot tea. The leader of this expedition, it wasn't Lasseter. He didn't want to be like the leader. Obviously, he almost died the last time he was out there.
Yeah.
But this guy's name was Fred Blakely, and him and a lot, like 90% of the team did not believe him. So I don't know why they even signed up to go, honestly. But
yeah, really,
they did not believe him, and so Lasseter decided to go out on his own again. I guess like once like the trucks failed, the plane failed. They were like, we're not walking with you, bro. Like this seems not meant to be, and I don't think it was. Because he decided to go out on his own. He took his little camels this time, not horses, camels. And he took a lot of sustenance to keep him alive. But tragically, his camels ran away from him. And they left him stranded. And he ended up literally dying out there trying to find his treasure. And in 1931, some, I guess, other like expeditioners or whatever found his body and all of his like personal items in a remote desert cave.
A year after?
Yep. I don't know if it was exact year, but it was the next year. So, isn't that sad?
Yes.
Right.
What?
So, rest in peace to him. He never got his treasure, and he was trying so hard. He literally died trying to find it. So obviously, it's out there, in my opinion. This man spent his whole life trying to find this. He literally died trying to find it. Like, I don't think he would try that hard if it wasn't real.
What if it was like fool's gold though?
Well, it could be.
Not like a thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm pretty sure it's called pyrite, actually. Don't quote me on that if I'm not right, but I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's tragic. Rest in peace to him, because that's just so sad. But since then, there have been many attempts at trying to find this gold treasure. So obviously this story, once people started hearing about it, sparked a lot of interest, and everybody wanted to go try to find it, including me. Still would like to try to go find it.
Are we going? Is that our next trip?
Yeah, hey Juju, book a trip to wherever this is. Don't know. but I need a direct flight.
You don't know where it is.
Yeah, I do.
It's
called the MacDonnell Ranges in Central Australia.
Central. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's probably maybe not near the Yowies.
No, but so we're gonna have to take a round trip around Australia to go see those.
Yeah.
Because I'm not leaving without
you're
seeing
right.
them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, back to the story. So, a lot of people have tried to go out there and find it, even though they don't really know exactly where it is. Nobody does. But an explorer named Jeff Harris had been obsessed with the story since he was 10 years old. He had led several expeditions to find this with a bunch of different people. But it wasn't until 2011 when he believed that he found the lost reef. Dun dun dun! He allegedly found it. So, he said that there were a lot of lost dots, as he said, in Mr. Lasseter's story of where he thought that it was. Right. So, and somehow, I don't know how this is possible, but somehow he got Lasseter's diary and that he would write in about like where this gold was. So I didn't know that was a thing either. And he used the diary and Google Maps to try to pinpoint where this reef was.
See, I feel like if he had the maps, Google Maps, he would be able to have found it.
Right.
Like Lasseter.
Yeah.
Like he probably would have.
No, for sure.
Because
like he just needed technology.
Yeah. Like he could have found it.
Yeah, and maybe he wouldn't have died. So that's really sad. But apparently, using the diary and Google Maps, this guy found the gold. And
okay, so is he rich now?
No, you would really think. But I didn't even think about this really when I was researching it. But let's just say he doesn't have the gold. So I just feel like this gold could really be cursed or something. I don't know. Something's up. Because
true.
So this guy, Harris, he refuses to reveal exactly where it is, obviously. Because as I said, he doesn't have the gold with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, he did like an interview with this website called The Observer. And he, as I mentioned, he does not have this gold to this day. So he was like, I'm not going to reveal exactly where it is. But allegedly, the gold is in Western Australia, about 800 miles from a certain coastal town. So I'm like, please, sir, be more vague. Why don't you?
Yeah, like, how is that?
Like, why even say anything? Right, like, why even say anything? You can just say it's in Western Australia. Like, we don't need to know.
I know he's trying not to get anybody to, like, find it, but...
Right.
You could give a little bit more.
Right. Like, I don't think a lot of people are trying to go out here and get this gold. I mean, me, yes.
True.
But...
Well...
but,
with our whole crew and everything.
Right. We gotta find an expedition crew.
Yes.
So... What he said helped him find this place, actually, was little doodles that Lasseter had made.
Oh.
And at first he thought he was actually just doodling because he was bored. But it turned out actually to be like a sort of a map in a way. Isn't that so cool? Like...
Yeah. Oh my god.
I know.
Wait.
His little doodles. I know. I was like, that's wild. So, so sorry, I lost my spot. When this guy came out and said he found this, like, gold, people didn't believe him because it has been such, like, a mystery for so long. They were like, okay, sir, you're just, like, saying that you found it.
Yeah, because they're like, we didn't believe Lasseter when he had it.
We already didn't believe him.
We definitely don't believe you.
Right. So they were like, okay, sir, you found the gold. Show us the proof. And he was like, oh, okay. But here's the catch, though, is that I don't actually have any of the gold.
Oh my god.
And so they're like, okay.
The difference is, though, that he could have actually taken a picture of it.
Exactly. This was 2011. This man could have had a camera. And I have seen no evidence of any pictures. And I'm like, sir, if you can use Google Maps, you can use your iPhone to take a picture. Because I definitely at least had an iPod in 2011. So that's suspect. It's suspect.
I mean, honestly, it is a little bit sus again, though. The fact that he even said anything to, like, the press and stuff.
For sure.
Because like, if you found all that gold, would you not want to just keep it a secret?
I would not say a word to anyone if I found that gold. Until after I had mined it all.
Yeah,
so, but
like,
here's the thing.
Get your crew and stuff, but, like, obviously don't tell, like, go on interviews and stuff.
Right. Right. Exactly. So, but here's the crazy part. So he also said that he had came up short trying to get any government, 3 different prime ministers, and even mining companies to help him. So I'm like, okay, so
Oh.
like nobody literally believed him at all. But
They
here's
all thought what we thought.
right,
We
right.
just hit something.
But the craziest part, literally, is that he said, so this is so weird, like so weird. I don't know if it's true, but strange to say the least. This guy says that a fair chunk of the land has actually already been dug up. So he's saying like some of the
Oh.
gold is gone, and you can
So
tell.
some people did what we said and just like they
Exactly.
minded their own business and they're like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm just gonna take
They're
it
like,
and not
oh,
say anything.
gold? Where? Couldn't be me. They just have it like in a bank somewhere. So not only is some of it already, like most of it already dug up, he said that there's also really strange things that he found out there, like that should not be out there. For one,
Oh.
he found a lake that was not anywhere on Google Maps, and that to me is very suspicious because there's Google Maps on satellites in space.
Yeah.
And like I know that they probably blur out things that are like hidden from the government, but I'm like, is there something there? Because why is the lake not showing?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're bringing something else into this, aren't you?
I know. I know. And so I don't really know, but he also found a wax tooth. What is that? I don't know. But I don't want to know.
Okay, I don't know anything about wax teeth really, but I remember I was listening to Mile Higher podcast or
Yeah.
The Sesh or something, and Kendall Ray is getting veneers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
she said that she had to have wax teeth before they put the veneers on. So like,
Oh, interesting.
I don't
Okay.
know if they used to do wax teeth for like tooth replacements or
Ooh. So, okay, that's
I don't know.
fascinating. So, but
I-
hear me out on this one. So, we already said it's weird that the Google Maps isn't showing the lake that he's saying that is near.
Yeah.
But like, what if somebody was in a fight and that's why there's a tooth out there?
yeah.
I don't know. But that's weird that there's a tooth out there. And he also said that there's holes bored into the ground. Like a bunch of them. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
And he said there's also really weird looking clusters of rock everywhere. And there's also a really, really strange big sand hill, like in the middle of just nothing, flat mostly. So that's weird. And he said the
that is
weirdest
really
part
weird.
is probably that there are trees planted in exact straight lines. He said, absolutely, these are not natural. I don't know why they're here. And I don't know why they look like this, but there's a lot of them and they're exactly straight. So that's weird. But I don't know what that could possibly even be.
That is
so,
weird.
so people,
Trees? Like, is this not the desert?
right? It is the desert. So I'm just very confused. And they're planted there though. So I just feel like somebody's trying to hide something out there, and maybe they're trying to hide the gold. I don't know. But so people told Mr. Harris his whole life that he was crazy and that the gold wasn't out there, and he was just called stupid. Like, you're just lying for no reason. But he knew. He literally knew that he had to keep going. And he said on 2 different occasions, random people came up to him and told him that his life could be in danger.
Oh.
So I don't know what that means, but I don't know. So, but he kept trying to go out there, but he just never was able to get it, just like Lasseter. So I'm just like, what is going on out there? I don't know. But he said that one thing he really wants to do is somehow x-ray the sand fields out there, because he knows, he said he knows that something's out there and he needs to know what it is. And I'm like, what does that mean? Because
Sounds really ominous.
like everything is really weird, and like he doesn't have the gold, but like for some reason I believe this guy, because like he's also spent his whole life doing this since he was 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like I don't know, the history that's repeating itself is so suspect to me. Like I just don't know.
Yeah,
And like maybe I'm
That
just like
sounds
talking
really
about
weird.
nothing, but I just feel like it's just so suspicious. I don't know.
he wants to look at under the sand.
Yes, and I'm like,
Can
what does
you
that
even
mean?
do that?
Yes, you could definitely do that. They have like ground softening devices, and like
Oh no, you're right.
yeah.
Honestly, I should know this. I
I was
literally
like,
took
Savannah,
classes on this.
I know. I know that because, well, same, but for such different reasons than you.
Yeah.
Mine's for
Oh,
bodies in the ground.
yes.
That's good for me.
Yeah.
So
Anyways.
yeah. Anyways, that is, and maybe that's what he's looking for. Maybe he's looking for bodies in the ground. He did find that tooth. I don't know. So it still remains a mystery. But so other than that one website, there was no other websites claiming that the gold has ever been found. So I don't know. Maybe it's like completely just not even real. Maybe he didn't find it. Who even knows if this guy exists? I don't know. Or maybe he did find something out there. Still remains a mystery today. So, that's that story. I thought it was just so cool. I was like, and I had never heard of it before. And I was like, this is so insane. Sounds like a movie. Maybe we should make it. Copyright. Don't take that from me.
I know, that could be like a movie, I think. Like,
right.
it's just an interesting story. Like, I don't know why this isn't like a bigger
right
thing.
Like,
maybe
how have I never
Australia,
yeah, maybe we're dumb. Like, maybe we just don't, maybe it's not over here. Let us know if you've ever heard about this, because never in my life have I heard about it. But so I actually have another very quick story.
Ooh.
We researched because we just didn't know like if our stories are going to be long enough, and they were, but you know, might as well still give it to you if I did the research, right? Am I right? It's short anyway. Right. So this is the legend of the Bunyip.
Oh,
which is such a weird word.
It sounds really interesting.
Right. Okay. So the Bunyip is a cryptid creature, from Australian Aboriginal mythology. And
okay, so back to the
yes,
my story too.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of like folklore in Australia comes from like the Australian Aboriginal like myths and stuff.
Yeah.
So crazy. So this Bunyip creature is said to lurk in swamps, billabongs, creeks, riverbeds, and waterholes. So basically, this is just a water demon, is what they say. Because the word Bunyip, in Australian Aboriginal, it's an Australian Aboriginal term that literally translates to devil or evil spirit.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, okay, good.
Okay,
Love that.
You just reminded me of something though.
What?
When we've done like stories on like Native American like stories.
Yeah.
And they have like water demon type things too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, the snake.
Like
the snake.
Like why are Native peoples of different lands like they're so afraid of like water?
That is suspicious. Okay, and that leads me to
is it because of
a
drowning?
TikTok. No, hear me out. This leads me. I'm pretty sure you are the one that sent me this TikTok that said that this guy was like, "Tell me a moment that you realize this is crazy." And this guy was like, ever since they created NASA. Actually, NASA was supposed to be a study for in the ocean, and ever since they became a thing, they've been trying to get us to space. So I'm like, what is in the water?
I forgot I even sent you that. Oh my gosh, this is.
Right.
We need to do an episode on like
just water,
sea creatures.
Yes, we do.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you know what? Next week, I'm calling it water demons, water creatures.
Okay.
Anyway,
I might do that.
Okay, so back to this little water demon. So actually they're said to resemble like, basically they can resemble any kind of like mix of water creatures. So they all kind of look different. It's like a whole species of them. It's not just one. But some people say they resemble a seal or a swimming dog, but they have really long necks. Okay, now when I say really long neck, I'm talking 5 to 15 feet long necks. So like a water giraffe.
5 to 15 is such a big range.
It is such a big range, but they all look different. Like some of them are very small, short necks. Like, you know, short as in 5 feet.
That's as tall as me.
Right. Right. Like I peep our Instagram for the pictures of this because it's crazy. It looks insane.
How big are their bodies?
So their bodies are actually more like an alligator. So like long body but short legs.
But how long are they in comparison to the neck?
Yeah, you know, I think, okay, well, they're bigger than their neck. See the pictures. So I don't know necessarily how big they are, but big, obviously, because their necks are not as long as them.
Oh, I was picturing like a tiny creature with a long neck.
Oh, no. These look like straight up aliens, and that's the only way I can describe them, because
oh my God.
You just got to see the picture. Like an alien / Pokemon. It's just weird. It's so weird. So, okay, but they also are said to have a long bill. So they're just long. Oh. They're nothing but long. But their bill has serrated edges, like a stingray.
No.
I'm like, okay, this just sounds horrifying, actually.
Yeah, it sounds pretty scary.
Right. Okay, so they're also nocturnal. They have a loud roaring call. And they lay their eggs in platypus nests.
Oh my God, to like scare, like not scare, to like trick them into like raising them, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a bird that does that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's called what was it, like
A cow?
a cat bird,
A cowbird. I'm pretty sure it's either a cat or a cow.
I think
One of the
I
two.
think it's that's yoga term, cat cow. But
It is.
yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
cowbird, and they like knock eggs out of other birds' nests and
Yeah.
put their eggs in there so they can, so like other birds will raise them for them.
Lazy.
Like that's, yeah, that's just awful.
It is awful.
So they do the same thing.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
crazy.
And I'm like, okay, that's so weird. Because it's also kind of funny that they do kind of look like ginormous, more altered, like very scary platypus.
Oh yeah,
Platypuses.
yeah.
So it's funny. Not funny at all.
Okay.
Sad. But but probably the most important fact is that they're predators and they will eat anything, but their favorite food is humans and specifically children.
Oh no. They eat kids.
They eat kids.
What?
And just regular people too, but their favorite snack is kids. So yum. So great. So there's actually like little proof that these creatures exist, but the little proof that there is like pretty like solid. So they actually have found fossils that resemble exactly what this is said to look like. And
Okay.
like in these caves,
Pretty
the
compelling
Wellington
evidence.
caves. I don't know where that is, but they're called the Wellington caves, and this was found in 1830. So I don't know. Also, it's just strange that like all of this is similar time periods. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but I was thinking like the 1800s must have been such a weird time because they were like discovering all these things.
For real, for real.
And yeah, like
I
they
can't
didn't know
imagine.
some stuff existed and like stuff existed that doesn't exist now. and
Yeah, so
that's just
wild.
crazy.
They were dealing with a lot back then in the 1800s. Okay, but so they also a couple years later, closer to the 1900s, found a skull that was like
Oh.
and it was just a skull, nothing else, but it was like the same thing that everybody said, and there wasn't really other animals that looked like this, so they were like, okay, I think it might be a bunyip, low key. So the Aborigines actually have two major opinions on this creature.
Yeah.
And pretty much you're either one or the other, and that's what you think that they are. So the first is that they're simply bloodthirsty murderers, and that's it.
Oh.
Just straight up evil. But the second one is a little bit more interesting, and it's that the Bunyip is a punisher that was sent to Earth to bring justice to anybody that commits evil acts, but evil acts specifically against wildlife.
Okay.
Because, and it's specifically
mean,
water.
Sounds like they're doing a good
Yeah.
thing, except for
Right.
the fact that they're killing children.
Yeah,
because of
except for the
that.
kids. Exactly. Like, not great, but also, like, we
Yeah.
love somebody that stands the environment.
Yeah, but like if you're a kid, you need to just be taught it. You don't get killed.
Yeah,
for-
but, maybe they just don't know that kids need to be
Yeah.
taught, which is just sad. But, so yeah, basically, the moral of this story is that if you're in Australia, like, don't litter, don't do anything bad to any of the water ecosystems or environments, and
Yeah.
also just don't bring your kids because the bunyip might get them. Who knows?
Yeah, see, honestly, it's a good message overall.
Yeah, overall, in general, like if you just leave out a couple like of the details.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the legend of the bunyip.
I
Got
love that.
yeah, creepy. Had to end it on a little creepier note.
I'm just imagining how big these things are. They're probably like as big as dinosaurs.
No,
Right?
that is literally what people describe them as, is like a dinosaur of like today.
God.
So, check our Instagram if you want to see what that looks like, because it's really creepy.
I'm ready for it.
I know, same. Okay, well, that's really all I have. Check out our Instagram. Our sources are below, as per usual. You got anything else, Savannah?
No, not today.
Not
I guess we'll
today.
be back next week with possibly a
yeah.
water creature story.
Water stories.
So
Yes.
look forward to that.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I can find. I'm a little bit scared because, first of all, water is my favorite thing. I love being in the ocean, specifically the ocean. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping this doesn't ruin that for me.
I know. I know. I mean,
I know. I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I guess we're getting out of here. See
Okay.
you next week.
Cue the music.